Okay, so that's where I'm coming from. By the way, my thing I want to say, advice to faculty and grad students, just like on papers, there are some faculty out there in the world, it tends to be more in the medical community than elsewhere, and I don't understand why. When a paper is put out in a prestigious, rapid release journal, like Science, Nature, something like that, they put the faculty member name first. And then when the archival journal comes out, the long paper in whatever journal, the grad student's name is first. Also, very aggressive in terms of intellectual property being in the faculty member's name. This is something that I see as very poor academic and collegial behavior. Grad students, I think, should always be the first author of papers unless it's obvious that the faculty member really did the work. And the second thing is, grad students that were involved in the development of that intellectual property should be parties to that intellectual property, and I've always done that. And that has always been, I think, the right thing to do, because A, it motivates a grad student, I would say, ×8 in terms of 8 papers equals name on 1 patent application. Okay? Even if it's a provisional patent application, that's one thing. That's not the real reason. But B, it just also is introducing students much earlier to a very important part of the process that we want to grow and be successful here in the country. And I will say that when I was a grad student, I was kept away from too many things that would have helped me a great deal early in my career to know a lot more about. All right, so that's a little bit about the introduction to my experience. Okay, so let's start talking about, so you're in the laboratory and you discover something that might be neat. First of all, you need to know where you sit as a faculty member on the copyrighted Luzzi scale of faculty awareness of things. So let's draw a little chart here. The Luzzi scale goes from 0, 1, to A, B, C. Oh, this is way out of scale. Okay. So let's pull this way down here. And then 3A and B. Okay? So you need to know where you are as a faculty member. You're either a 1, a 0, a 1, a 2, or a 3. And then you need to know a little bit inside the 3 2s and the 3s where you sit. So 0, let me define. 0 is what we call dead wood. If you are dead wood, you're not in this room. Okay, I pretty much guarantee. Anybody who's dead wood here raise their hand? So these are faculty that are really just not engaged. Okay? Not engaged, and I don't really, and especially as a dean, I don't really want to talk about that. It's too painful to discuss. Okay. Number 1 is the class of faculty that has one of 2 opinions. The first opinion is, I want my discoveries to benefit society. Therefore, I publish in the open literature. And then, in my old institution, I used to run into these quite a lot. Great intellectual discovery is incompatible with IP. Okay? Goes by 2 names: misguided or snobs. Okay, those are the 2 names. So let me address each of these in turn, because these are the faculty that really need to be told just how irrational, stupid, any other things that you want to describe it. But usually built into here is a lot of insecurity, a whole bunch of things as you deal with faculty. First of all, let me address the top one. it's pretty easy to convince somebody when they start thinking about it that one of the great areas of expertise at Northeastern University and the College of Engineering is our ability to extract signal from noise. This is a foundational capability, and we have built great things based on that foundational intellectual talent. Okay, so noise in this case is the number of publications that come out every year, and signal is your paper. Okay, all right. Even the great people at Northeastern University cannot solve your problem. Okay, because most likely you're not de Broglie. All right. And by the way, de Broglie was at a time when the number of papers coming out each year was tiny. All right. So the answer is, of course, one problem is just getting people to pay attention. The second problem, of course, is who is actually going to take your idea, your knowledge, and put it out into the marketplace. If you're lucky, you've done a lousy job describing it. Somebody sees it and they say, wow, I can probably reverse engineer how he or she did that. Nobody will know because this person did such a lousy job describing it, it can't be replicated. Okay? Then you're lucky because now you have a company that can do it and keep it as a trade secret or whatever. All right? Or, so what I'm getting at here is, without the ability to make a profit, companies will not be able to justify the investment, or investors will not be able to justify the investment in small companies such that they will provide the capital enabling this to go out and actually transform society. Look through, society is rarely transformed by things that are generally available to everybody. All right, so profit, the ability to make a profit is an enormous piece of how do I get things out there. So always remember that as a factor. Okay, and there's exceptions. The Merck story with river blindness is a great exception, okay? Now, Vagelos, when he was VP of research for Merck, they discovered that this veterinary drug they had for animals actually cured this parasite that causes river blindness in the poorest areas of Africa. There was zero chance of any profit being made. But in terms of the return on investment there, Merck rode this marketing thing like it was the best marketing device, and Vagelos won the National Medal of Freedom. So, there were other returns on that thing. I don't want to be cynical about it. It was a very, very good thing that Merck did. And oh, by the way, another thing that Merck got, loyalty in their employees. Boy, when you talk to people from Merck, they said, we're not a company that's in the game to make profit. We're a company in the game of healing people and making people's lives better. And boy, the board of directors of that company loved the fact that everybody really thought they weren't in the game of making profit, but they'd be working 20 hours a day in the laboratory for the benefit of society. Okay.